get a break as far as physical, teams. They come back to back. It's another one tomorrow. Huh?
Yes, and in their building, where they're extremely tough. Another tough task ahead of us, but we look forward to it. I mean, in an ideal world, you continuing to play and putting check marks in the W column.
Do you look at 23-12 and still feel like, this is a good position to be in, or are you clouded by the missed opportunities along the way?
No, I look at it like yes. No. I look at it, and I really think about that we had 23 wins last year. And I think about, how much of a blessing it is to be where we are, how far we've come, but at the same time, how much work we got ahead of us. You definitely got to stop and enjoy the roses.
All right, I got to ask you about your first halves versus your second halves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you're more active right now in the first halves than the second halves?
Yeah, I mean, that's the start of the game. Obviously, we're trying to find a rhythm, and we're just excited to play.
Is that a conscious thing, like to be aggressive, to look for your shot in the first half, or is that just kind of what's coming in the flow of the offense?
Just kind of just what comes in the flow of the offense. Usually, it takes some of the other guys a little while to get, kind of into the flow of the game. Me, being a rookie, I'm just ready to go from the start. And then, obviously, as the game goes on, guys, start getting their flows, guys have to pick it up, and, guys can have big second halves, like, obviously Damian did last night.
Is there any part of you right now that, when it's getting to the second half, when it's getting to clutch time, is deferring to the more experienced guys? Or, again, is that just what the offense is presenting itself? Because it doesn't seem like you're getting as many shots or taking as many shots in the second half.
Well, I mean, part of that, you have to be in the game. But, I think the biggest thing is just, just trying to win the basketball game. I mean, it's not necessarily about how many shots you're taking. It's not necessarily about, if you had, 15 in the first half, you're going to have 15 in the second half. It's about doing whatever it takes to win the game.
Yeah. So I was asking about Harrison last night. And what's your first thought about the difference between what he's doing in the first halves right now and the second halves?
I think he's playing very well. I think he's playing very well defensively. I like that he's aggressive. I like that he takes chances, and probably more chances in the first half than the second half, but that's probably what he should be doing. But he's a guy that when he plays like this, his minutes will increase, his opportunities will increase, and there's no question about his ability to play. He's defending, he's rebounding, he's scoring. And it takes us, which I said from the beginning, it takes us to a different level when he's attacking and aggressive.
So I ended up doing some math last night because my first instinct was that over the last handful of games that he was really active in the first half and then not so much in the second half. And I thought almost that he wasn't playing he's playing almost the same amount of minutes, just doesn't kind of get the looks, doesn't get to the rim as much. Is that on purpose? Is that what a rookie should do? Do you want your more experienced guys getting the looks at clutch time?
No, I have no problem if he attacks it the same way. Mm-hmm. At all times he's on the floor, I want his foot on the gas pedal. I want him to force me to tell him, slow down, young fella. So it's not a strategic move at all. I think he's feeling the game. He's having respect for what's taking place and who he's on the floor with and being important moments. But I think at times he's probably having too much respect for it. He's a good enough player to have his imprint on the basketball game when it matters most.
So when Coach and I were talking about it, I went through this thing, and your offensive numbers are much better in the first half versus second half, but your defensive numbers are exactly the same first and the second half. Do you take some pride in that you're stopping these guys equally well in both halves?
Just defense is what's going to keep you on the floor, and defense is what wins games. So that's the biggest thing I try to do. Offensively, some nights you're going to have big scoring nights, other nights you're not. But you can always have good energy on defense and always bring that part of your game, every game.
I know before the year we talked about getting up for LeBron and KD and those things. Now in this recent stretch here, you've seen Paul Pierce and Rudy Gay and some of these guys. Do you almost find yourself kind of getting up for competition every game now, or are there still special ones that you get up for?
There's still a few special ones, but I mean, now, I mean, this stretch, I mean, when you got, Gallinari to, Kevin Durant to, whoever we have, left and right. I mean, it's, LeBron coming up here in Miami. I mean, it's every night. I mean, every night, it's, another All-Star going up against.
What is that like? I mean, the uber athletes of the league are playing your position every night. What's that like guarding that guy every night? What's that take out of you? What do you have to put into that?
It helps with just experience. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, you can't get in this league until you go through it. I mean, you can work on your ball handling, you can work on your shooting, defense, but I mean, just experience going against these guys. Seeing what these guys are like, and trying to just take parts of the game and add to your own. I mean, you just can't. There's no other replacement for them.
No, they're a very good team. They're a very, very good home team. Tough, force the issue. They push the basketball. They rebound extremely well. It's going to be a hard-fought game. We're looking forward to the challenge.